Okay, so energy is a huge issue. The Silk Commission seems to have got it in its mind that energy is just about electricity. It's not. Even where all the powers that Silk suggests should be devolved, that still leaves 96% of Wales's energy needs firmly in the hands of Westminster. And if the Silk Commission was really serious about making sure that there was consistency between the devolution settlements in Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, it would have looked at Northern Ireland settlement. 100% of energy consenting and planning and permitting powers are devolved to Northern Ireland, with the exception of nuclear, of course, but there's no nuclear in Northern Ireland in any case. And what we have in Wales is 4%, so it's not even scratching the surface.
Okay. And do you think that the recommendation to increase the threshold for the devolution of energy in terms of its megawatts, is that the right way to go, or should the Silk Commission have been looking at these other powers?
If the Silk Commission was looking at electricity, it should have just evolved the whole lot, because to increase it from 50 to 350 megawatts, you get some extra capacity in there, but you're still leaving 3/4 of all the electricity generating capacity outside that system. So in effect what you're doing, you're creating a system which is an additional set of bureaucracy, because the Welsh Government will need a set of policy people who will have to deal with all the consenting, which they've never had to deal with before. And then everything over 350 megawatts, of course, is dealt with by Whitehall. So you have this bureaucracy that's set up to deal with a small number of applications that will come through each year, and it just doesn't make sense in terms of the operation of government. At least if you're looking at electricity generation, then you should have devolved the whole lot. And the fact that Silk, of course, didn't look at permitting, licensing and operations for onshore oil and gas, for offshore oil and gas, for petroleum, for oil and all the rest of it, it's a gaping hole in what the Silk Commission failed to consider.
So given all of that, what do you think are the next steps for the devolution of energy in Wales, and what's the situation going to be like in 10 years for energy in Wales?
We've got a real problem here now. Because Silk Commission has recommended up to 350 megawatts, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for any of the large political parties, Labour and Conservatives principally, to recommend devolving anything above 350 megawatts to Wales in the next general election manifestos. So that means we're stuck. And we're stuck for the next 5, 10, 15 years, however long it takes, barring cataclysmic ramifications of the Scottish independence referendum. So it means we're going to progress at a snail-like pace for the next 5, 10 years plus.